King Henry VI, Part 1, Act 1, Scene 2. France. Before Orleans. Sound a flourish. Enter Charles, Alençon, and Rainier, marching with drum and soldiers. Charles. Mars is true moving, even as in the heavens, so in the earth, to this day is not known. Late did he shine upon English side, now we are victors, upon us he smiles. What towns of any moment but we have? At pleasure here we lie, near Orleans. Otherwhiles the fam'st English, like pale ghosts, faintly besiege us 1 hour in a month. Duke of Alençon.
They want their porridge and their fat bull beeves. Either they must be dieted like mules, and have their provender tied to their mouths, or piteous they will look, like drowned mice.
Rainier.
Let's raise the siege. Why lie we idly here?
Talbot is taken, whom we want to fear.
Remaineth none but mad-brained Salisbury, and he may well in fretting spend his gall, nor men nor money hath he to make war.
Charles.
Sound alarm! We will rush on them! Now for the honor of the forlorn French!
Him I forgive my death that killeth me, when he sees me go back 1 foot or fly. Exit. Your alarm. They are beaten back by the English with great loss. Enter Charles, Alençon, Rainier, and others. Charles.
Who ever saw the like? What men have I? Dogs, cowards, dastards. I would ne'er have fled, but they that left me midst my enemies.
Rainier.
Salisbury is a desperate homicide. He fighteth as one weary of his life. The other lords, like lions wanting food, do rush upon us as their hungry prey.
Duke of Alençon.
Foresaw a countryman of ours records English, all Olivers and Rolands bred, during the time Edward III did reign. More truly now may this be verified. For none but Samsons and Goliaths it sendeth forth to skirmish, 1 to 10. Lean, raw-boned rascals, who dare suppose they had such courage and audacity?
Charles.
Let's leave this town, for they are harebrained slaves, and hunger will enforce them to be more eager. Of old I know them, rather with their teeth. The walls they'll tear down than forsake the siege.
Rainier.
I think, by some odd gimmick or device, their arms are set like clocks, still to strike on. Else ne'er could they have hold out so as they do. By my consent, we'll even let them alone.
Duke of Alençon.
Be it so.
Entered the Bastard of Orleans.
Bastard of Orleans. Where's the Prince Dauphin? I have news for him.
Charles. Bastard of Orleans, thrice welcome to us.
Bastard. Methinks your looks are sad, your cheer appalled. Hath the late overthrown wrought this offence? Be not dismayed, for succor is at hand. A holy maid hither with me I bring, which, by a vision sent to her from heaven, ordained is to rise this tedious siege, and drive English forth the bounds of France. The spirit of deep prophecy she hath, exceeding the 9 sibyls of old Rome. What's past and what's to come she can descry. Speak. Shall I call her in? Believe my words, for they are certain and infallible.
Charles.
Go, call her in.
Exit Bastard.
But first, to try her skill, Rainier, stand thou as Dauphin in my place. Question her proudly. Let thy looks be stern. By this means we shall sound what skill she hath. retires. Enter the Bastard of Orleans with Joan. Regnier, fair maid, is thou wilt to do these wondrous feats? Joan. Regnier, isn't thou that thinkest to beguile me? Where is the Dauphin? Come from behind. I know thee well, though never seen before. Be not amazed. There's nothing hid from me. In private will I talk with thee apart. Stand back, you lords, and give us leave a while. Regnier, she takes upon her bravely at first dash. Joan. Dauphin, I am by birth a shepherd's daughter, my wit untrained in any kind of art. Heaven and Our Lady gracious hath it pleased to shine on my contemptible estate. Lo, whilst I waited on my tender lambs, and the sun's parching heat displayed my cheeks, Mother deigned to appear to me, and, in a vision full of majesty, willed me to leave my base vocation, and free my country from calamity. Her aid she promised, and assured success. In complete glory she revealed herself, and, where I was black and swart before, with those clear rays which she infused on me, that beauty I am blessed with which you see. Ask me what question thou canst possible, and I will answer unpremeditated. My courage try by combat, if thou darest. If thou shalt find that I exceed my sex, resolve on this: thou shalt be fortunate if thou receive me for thy warlike mate. Charles. Thou hast astonished me with thy high terms. Only this proof I'll of thy valour make: in single combat thou shalt buckle with me. And if thou are vanquished, thy words are true. Otherwise, I renounce all confidence. Joan. I am prepared. Here is my keen-edged sword, decked with 5 flowered de lis on each side, the which at Touraine in St. Catherine's churchyard, out of a great deal of old iron, I chose forth. Charles. Then come! O God's name, I fear no woman. Joan. And, while I live, I'll ne'er fly from a man. Here they fight, and Joan overcomes. Charles. Stay thy hands! Thou art an Amazon, and fightest with the sword of Deborah. Joan. Christ's mother helps me, else I were too weak. Charles. Whoe'er helps thee? 'Tis thou that must help me. Impatiently I burn with thy desire. My heart and hands thou hast at once subdued. Excellent Poussin, if thy name be so, let me thy servant, and not sovereign, be. 'Tis the French Dauphin sueth to thee thus. Joan. I must not yield to any rites of love, for my profession sacred from above. When I have chased all thy foes from hence, then I will think upon a recompense. Charles. Meantime, look gracious on thy prostrate thrall. Regnier. My lord, methinks, is very long in talk. Duke of Alençon. Doubtless he shrives this woman to her smock, else ne'er could he so long protract his speech. Regnier. Shall we disturb him, since he keeps no mean? Duke of Alençon. He may mean more than we poor men do know. These women are shrewd tempters with their tongues. Regnier. My lord, where are you? What devise you on? Shall we give over Orleans or no? Joan. Why, no, I say, distrustful recreants. Fight to the last gasp. I will be your guard. Charles. What she says, I'll confirm. We'll fight it out. Joan. Assigned am I to be the English scourge. This night this siege assuredly I'll raise. Expect St. Martin's summer, Halcyon days, since I have entered into these wars. Glory is like a circle in the water, which never ceaseth to enlarge itself, till, by broad spreading, it dispersed to naught. With Henry's death the English circle ends. Dispersed are the glories it included. Now am I like that proud insulting ship which Caesar and his fortunes bear at once. Charles. Was Mahomet inspired with a dove? Thou will an eagle art inspired, then. Helen, the mother of great Constantine, nor yet St. Philip's daughters were like thee. Bright star of Venus, fallen down on the earth, how may I ever worship thee enough? Duke of Alençon. Leave off delays, and let us raise the siege. Rainier. Woman, do what thou canst to save our honors. Drive them from Orleans, and be immortalized. Charles. Presently, we'll try. Come, let's away about it. No prophet will I trust, if she proves false.